International Fight Week is in shambles, guys, as Dricus Du Plessis is rumored to be injured, guys. This was supposed to be the big main event. I mean, seriously, like, first in the beginning of the year, we thought maybe John Jones, Tom Aspinall could happen. Nope, no, okay, maybe we'll have Islam versus Ilya, and we don't even fucking get that. But the longer this goes, it seems like that's just not the case. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at this point if Islam and Ilya don't fight. It's so frustrating seeing all these fucking fights fall through, and then we get another fight falling through. Dricus Du Plessis, Khamzat Chimaev. Du Plessis apparently being injured, guys. We're gonna get into this. Who is going to be in the new main event? There's tons of rumors online. Let's actually break it down. What's BS? What's not? So yes, guys, there are rumors Dricus Du Plessis is injured. We haven't heard confirmation from Dricus himself per se, but I think it's pretty reliable. Usually when there's a big story like this going around, it tends to be legit when, there's, the big outlets reporting on it. And the reason this is a big deal is because UFC 317 is coming up very soon, right? I mean, we're about to hit the 2-month point, and at this point, we should probably know what the main event is, especially for International Fight Week. That is a huge event for the UFC where people, stay multiple days, go to that UFC convention that they have. So they probably want to announce the main event a little bit earlier than they usually do. And it seems like now the UFC is left scrambling once again, like they were last year. International Fight Week, what is going to be the next main event? And first thing I want to talk about is, yes, while Dricus Du Plessis is injured, does this mean that he could possibly fight through? And guys, my prediction for this is very unlikely. I don't think Dricus Du Plessis is the type to fight with injuries. We've seen multiple times him complain. Like, he's the type of guy, I think he needs a specific setting to fight. And this guy is not like Alex Pereira, willing to fight with like broken toes, broken ribs, a missing eye, like a broken fist. Like, Pereira will fight with anything. Dricus Du Plessis is not like that. I mean, remember when Dricus Du Plessis said he couldn't fight for the title at UFC 293? I mean, Dana was pissed. Remember this?
Obviously we initially thought this would be the Dricus Du Plessis fight. Dricus couldn't take the fight. Do you look at him as still the #1 contender, like winner, whoever comes out of this weekend, that Dricus would be next?
You know how much I love when guys turn down fights. I don't know. We'll see what happens on Saturday, and then we'll go from there.
So here you can see, remember, Dana White was annoyed at the time, and honestly, everything worked out for Dricus anyway, so it really just goes to show it depends on the timing, depends on the schedule, depends on when you need a main event. But my point is yeah, Dricus doesn't seem the type to be, hopping into fights. He wants to take his time, right? He wants to, and that's smart, because let's be honest, Dricus isn't like a superstar that gets superstar privilege like O'Malley, where he can lose a fight and jump right into a title shot. Like, no. If Du Plessis loses to Khamzat, he's probably not getting an immediate rematch. I mean, that's just it. They want Khamzat as a champion, probably not Du Plessis. And last week, Dana White basically gave the news, kind of hinting around, being cheeky about Khamzat Chimaev, Dricus Du Plessis, that possibly being the main event.
The past 2 years, during this week, the International Fight Week headliner has been announced. We don't have that yet. Are you guys pretty close to having that?
No.
I think a lot of people are excited to maybe see Khamzat Chimaev in a title fight. Is there any chance he's being looked at?
That would be fun.
Yes, that would be fun.
Tuesday.
That would be fun.
Thank you.
Dana right here.
It would be fun, Dana, but sadly, it's not happening. Looks like Dricus Du Plessis is injured. So what is happening next? Is there any chance that Khamzat Chimaev stays on this card? Guys, there's a huge chance. I mean, Khamzat is ready. I mean, it is rare you get Khamzat fighting. Personally, I think the smartest move would be just to push this fight back to Abu Dhabi. However, as I've said, the UFC tends to prioritize scheduling over what makes sense. So I don't think they're going to wind up doing this. I anticipate they might be doing an interim title fight, which is stupid. I mean, Dricus Du Plessis just fought Sean Strickland not even 2 months ago at this point, or I guess it was 2 months ago or whatever, but still, you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, they just fought Sean Strickland, guys. This isn't like an inactive champion. It's not like it's been a whole year. If it was around the time he last fought Izzy, I would kind of get it, but guys, I mean, this is a joke. This is as bad as when they did an interim title for Derek Lewis and Cyril Gane. I mean, that honestly, that was even more justifiable. And I mean, there's obviously 2 names you could do. I mean, there's Nasruddin Imavov and Caio Borralho, which, obviously, I think one makes more sense than the other. I mean, this was Caio Borralho literally going at Nasruddin Imavov because apparently Imavov rejected a fight against him, which is just stupid on its own. Imavov and Caio Borralho are, clearly the 2 #1 contenders outside of Khamzat Chimaev, so they really should have fought. However, it works out for Caio Borralho because he's the guy that can say, well, I was down to fight Nasruddin Imavov, right? Like, I was down to have this #1 contenders fight, and he rejected me, and he was being a diva saying he wants his top 5 opponent. He deserves the shot. And look, while I actually don't mind this fight, and I think, yeah, why not have this fight in the meantime, right? It makes all the sense in the world, guys. It does seem a little weird. International Fight Week headlined by Khamzat Chimaev and Caio Borralho. Like, I don't think anyone would have guessed that. And it's not only that, Borralho isn't really that big of a name, guys. I mean, let's be honest, guys, like the casual viewers, not many fans really know who he is at this point. And I mean, I actually am a fan of him. Like, I like him. And honestly, one thing that he has going for him is at least he's in the, the fighting nerds. That also is something that is really easy to promote, especially with how big Gene Silva is. Mauricio Ruffy as well. Like, the fighting nerds are on fire. So you could use that to kind of market it and even make it probably like a fighting nerds card on top of of it. So honestly, I'm kind of selling myself on it a little bit. Like, they should have me in the UFC offices because I am fucking making International Fight Week right now. But do they ultimately go with this, guys? I don't think this is a done deal. And apparently, Caio Borralho is saying, I believe he said he called the UFC, right? He said Khamzat said yes. The only thing that makes sense is the interim belt. This fight is going to be bigger than him and Dricus, mark my words, which I don't think so. But a lot of people are not interested because Caio Borralho and Khamzat Chimaev, they trained recently, right? And there was uploads of the footage, and I don't think many people figured they were going to fight anytime soon. But yeah, I mean, literally within a year's time, they are fighting. Here's footage of them training here. Like, we can see, look, Khamzat Chimaev just grappling. All right, I'll do a little commentary. All right, we see, yeah, look, they're just grappling. And obviously, Caio Borralho has some good jiu-jitsu. But the question is going to be the takedown defensive control of Khamzat. Look, here we see Khamzat defending a takedown. Oh, Khamzat getting a rear naked choke. That's not a good look. And, you know, both them together. So clearly both have a good relationship. Khamzat apparently said yes. Caio said, to me, I don't think they're great friends. Like, I don't think this is a situation where they've been training together, you know, lifelong friends forever or anything like that. And look, that's not a good look, guys. That's not a good look. You can't have this going on. And obviously, look, that's training. You know, you're rolling. I mean, tons of people get submitted while rolling. It's normal. I'm just making a joke. But you guys get what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if this is the big International Fight Week, you know, main event you want. Like, I get it. You know, maybe they even do this. Like, hear me out, guys. I think this would probably be a better idea. Khamzat Chimaev, Caio Borralho, main event in New Jersey. T-Mobile Arena, Sean O'Malley, Marab. I think that would make more sense for the company. I think that would make more sense. But guys, I'm not complaining. Like, at the end of the day, it's a fucking main event. Like, I'm excited for this fight regardless. Like, if it's International Fight Week headliner, if this is a fight night main event, guys, I'm gonna be watching. But I'm just saying, from the POV of the company, I don't know if this is that marketable main event, guys. So here's my thing. If there's other main events, I want to throw some ideas out there real quick for you guys, and let me know in the comment section below what ideas you guys have. What main events could they pull out of nowhere? I mean, Tom Aspinall did announce he has big news coming soon. He's been sworn to secrecy. I highly doubt it has anything to do with this conversation, though. I mean, John Jones has said apparently that he needs 6 months to prepare, and we're like a little over 2 months. So I would say no to that. I think the biggest thing that they're going to try to do is potentially maybe do the Ilya and Islam fight. Maybe they double down and say, hey, please, can we make this fight? Can we make this fight? And I don't think they will. I don't think Islam Makhachev is going to be down to do that, especially on this quick of a turnaround now over 2 months. Like, it seems like he was already set in stone, not going to fight International Fight Week. It's a long shot, apparently. But I still think Ilya could potentially be asked, and maybe he fights Charles. Maybe it's an interim title. Maybe it's a vacant belt. Or maybe it's even just a 5-round main event, no belt included, because honestly, I think that would be a fire main event. I think there would be so much hype behind it, and I think it would be a big opportunity to show off other people in the company. Like, I think Charles Oliveira and Ilya, they're both going to be bigger fighters for it, and it's going to be a sick fight. But I think another possibility, guys, and I'm just saying, this is not what I want. Just anticipate for this. I'm just the messenger. I'm just saying, I know this would be terrible, but potentially the main event could just be Alexander Pantoja versus Kai Kara-France. We know that they're going to fight on the card. That could potentially just be bumped up. I actually think this might be the most likely scenario, and this is the main event in a 5-round co-main event with Khamzat and Caio Borralho. That's probably what's going to happen, honestly. The only other thing they could try to do is Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira, too. I mean, that's the only thing we know. Pereira is down for short turnarounds. I don't know what Magomed Ankalaev is down for. He seems to want to be active as well, saying he wants to fight in August. So, I mean, who knows? But let me know in the comment section below, who do you guys think is going to headline International Fight Week? Check out my last video where I reacted to Ilia Topuria on the Joe Rogan podcast. You guys are the best fan base to MMA. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.